Welcome to the Take a Listing Today podcast, where our hosts Jim Studebaker and Todd Robertson give you strategies to get you out of the office right now so you can take a new listing today. And now, here's Jim and Todd.
Hello. Welcome back to the Take a Listing Today podcast. Jim Studebaker over here, along with Todd Robertson, and our producer in the corner, Lisa Gray.
Lisa Gray in the house.
Welcome. You have picked a great day to join us because we have someone special on the line to talk to you about pre-negotiating the sale with the seller. His name is Rossi. Hello, Rossi.
Rossi.
Hey, guys.
What is going on? Where are you calling from today, Rossi?
I'm calling from beautiful Raleigh, North Carolina, where my wife and I sell real estate and love it. What a great place. We're with Northside Realty.
That is a great place. Very beautiful up there. The trees are probably turning right now, right?
And I wanted to say something to our listeners and those of you watching right now that this gentleman that we're about to interview, we've had a chance to hang out with him in the past many years. And not only is he one of the most fun people, but he's going to bring a different twist, a different element today to give you more strategies to go out there and take a listing today. And that way you have a better month, a better year, a better life. So we're in for a real treat. Brother Rossi, it's great to have you on today.
Well, I'm thrilled. And as you know, I love ProspectsPLUS, your Take a Listing Today, all your programs. You guys and gals there are fantastic.
Well, thank you very much. So for those of you who don't know Rossi, he's a globally recognized edutainer, which I think is a word that he made up. We'll ask about that here in a little bit. He's also a published author who's conducted speaking engagements throughout the U.S. and Europe. So that is very impressive. He is here with us today, H-E-A-R. He is here with us today to discuss the topic.
Hey, I crossed that off. I crossed it on road, H-E-R-E.
Well, I see that, but it was just funny that it was that way initially. So Rossi is here to discuss the topic of how to pre-negotiate the sale with the seller. So Rossi, take it away. What should we do to pre-negotiate the sale with the seller?
Well, this is sort of the culmination of the few years that I've been in real estate. I have been studying real estate not as a property business, which most people think it is, but I have a belief system that real estate is a people business. Property gets sold, gets graded under, built up, turns to a swamp, whatever, but the people are the real key to what happens in real estate. They're the buyers and sellers and tenants that make it happen. So pre-negotiating the sale is based on how people process information internally, and it's based on a little bit of magic. Now, you know, Dino, Todd, you're a magician. I've seen your tricks. You're good at it.
Thank you.
You guys know the difference between magic and a con?
Magic and a con.
I would say intent if I had to guess. I don't know.
The intent's really good, Todd. It's really good. But as you know, there's a lot of cons that use magic.
Yes.
The difference simply is permission.
Oh, permission.
If I'm going to do magic in front of you, you know I'm there to do magic.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm doing magic behind your back, or I'm not telling you I'm doing magic, then I'm taking away permission and I am conning you. And that's gone on for ever and ever. You know, remember the movie Paper Moon? I love that.
Yeah.
That was purely about So I'm going to share with everybody today the magic that we all possess and how we can share that with our buyers and sellers. Let them know what we're doing based on the fact, let's take it with listings, because that's where we're going today, is we have a common goal with sellers. That's to sell the property in the shortest amount of time for the most amount of dollars with the least inconvenience to them. I mean, that's gone back to old sweat hog days. I mean, and that's what the sellers want. So if you're going to hire me, let's say, Jim, you're going to hire me to manage and market the sale of your property, I would say my job is to sell the property for the highest amount of dollars, the shortest amount of time with the least inconvenience to you. And to do that, I'm going to have to perform some magic. And that magic is helping people make the decision to buy your house and helping you make good qualified quality decisions in selling your house. So we'll talk about that as we go along. I tell the sellers and I tell buyers that we're going to do magic. How's that for edutainment?
Well, that's very nice. So you're going to help them understand why somebody should buy my house, not con them into buying my house, to use your analogy, correct?
Yeah. Correct. Very good.
All right. Well, see, I'm listening.
And yeah, you're a good listener. And by the way, do you guys agree? I'm sure you do. In fact, I've heard you, Todd. The number one skill that we possess as real estate agents is the ability to listen.
Right.
Can you agree with that, Jim? I mean,
Sure.
Listening is everything.
Sure. Most people aren't going to listen.
You can go to my my YouTube channel. That's YouTube/Rossi1, my YouTube channel, and you can get my listening video. I have a 3.5-minute listening video that will help you become the best listener you've ever met. And it's all based on capture communication. That is what you just did, Jim, and that is repeat what someone else said to their satisfaction that lets them know you're listening. So good job.
Rossi, if you can repeat that again, I think our listeners are going to get great value out of that. Where can they go again to find your YouTube channel to get that 3.5 minutes of power there? If you could repeat that, I think that'll be great.
Sure, you can go to two places. One is rossispeaks.com and scroll down the page and click on the video channel, or you can go to YouTube/Rossi1, the number one.
Rossi, the numeric one. Okay, awesome.
And we'll have both of those in the show notes as well. So anybody interested, we'll put that and many more things in the show notes for you too.
Yeah.
All right, so elaborate on the magic. So you talk to the buyers and sellers, and you're going to incorporate some magic. And so share with us.
Let's think about the magic. Magic is often based on deflection, correct?
Yes, misdirection, possibly. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Misdirection, deflection. Here's an interesting thing. If you notice, most magicians, when they use deflection of hand, in other words, pointing some direction, they will point to the participant's right. They will point up to their right. That means with their left hand, they'll point up to the right. Here's why. 95% of the time, which is as close to 100% as we can psychologically get, our right is our future, our left is our past. So sitting there right now, gentlemen, when you look up to your right, that's your future. When you look up to your left, that's your past. Psychologically, this is true based on neurolinguistics. I'm a master neurolinguistics practitioner, studied this since 1970, and it's amazing how well this works. And we're going to use it a lot, and I'll use it a lot with sellers, and we'll use it a lot today. The reason I want to bring it up is we will all agree that it's easy to look into the past. Why? And they're done that. It's difficult to look in the future. Why? Ain't been there, ain't done that.
Yep.
So, if you can help people look into the past, then they buy into it. So when you deflect, you will deflect by going to their right, which is their future, which is where confusion can be, which is where questioning can be, which is unknown can be, and that takes their attention away from sleight of hand with the cards or moving the ball like they do in Mexico. They have the little "Donde está la bolita?" move the shelf to try to find the ball.
It sounds like you've been there and done some magic in Mexico a few times, no?
Oh, I think I have done some of that magic gold tequila. Yes.
I think that's a different podcast, but I'm a little confused here. So what are you saying, Rossi, that we should hand the pin to the seller's right hand or the left hand, or how are we applying this to taking a listing?
We're going to apply it by pre-negotiating the sale.
Nice.
That is, let's take a seller. Okay, Mr. and Miss Seller, I'm here today to talk to you about selling your property. They've got a lot going on in their mind. First of all, they don't necessarily like us, just like I don't like my doctor. If I'm sick, I need a dang doctor. If I want to sell my house, I need a dang realtor. But if either one of the case are true, it's going to cost me some money. I don't want to spend money. I'll spend my money going to Mexico and drinking tequila, but to get a doctor and sell my house, I'm reluctant. And the amounts of money gets pretty large. So there's a pushback. There's another pushback of being a real estate agent, and that is we have been slam dunked recently. We're always being slam dunked, but even more so because we are not categorized professionally. They look at us as someone wanting to make a nickel. Here's my reason why, and we'll continue with the projection in the future and using the direction. But 70% of the people in our business don't use Take a Listing Today. 70% of the people don't use sending out postcards. 70% of the people today in real estate, 70% of the licensees are starving to death. They're not making money. Now, this is not a secret. It's a profession that a lot of people go into with a great deal of excitement because I remember my first day in real estate.
And you. And him.
Yep.
Yeah.
All of us,
Most
right?
people.
It was all of us. It was all of us. And I go in and I go, why are you getting in real estate? I go, because I love houses and I love people. Remember that? And then
I did the same thing with my cheek, just like that. Yeah.
Did you? Yeah, I can see you. And 3 months later, you hate both. Okay. So 70% of the people that consumers talk to are not making a living in real estate. And if you're not making money in real estate, can you really be classified as a professional? Well, probably not. That means 30% are. They're carrying the torch for everybody else. Then here's something else we as realtors did, and you guys are more aware of this than anything. We gave away all our data. Data is today's gold. And we gave it away. We threw it away. But when Rupert Murdoch bought Realtor.com for $980 million, he said he stole it. Why? Because the data was normalized. That's another whole show. A bedroom's always a bedroom. It's another whole show. So we gave all that away. So here we are now with all the troops coming over the hills to attack us, the iBuyer and the iSeller and all this stuff happening. And everybody looks to real estate and says, you guys don't have knowledge. Now, here's another huge thing. The Death of Expertise. It's a great book. It says it all. The Death of Expertise. Everybody today is an expert because they have that thing in their pocket called a computer. Everybody's an expert. I'll Google it. So now real estate professionalism has been watered down. Here's another thing. We sold our skills as marketers when that's not where our skill sets lie. Our skill sets, all of you agents listening to this, your skill sets are your ability to work with people, to build rapport, gain trust, encourage, coddle, take care of, feel their pain. That's where our skills are, just like doctors, lawyers, and other professionals. Besides, look at the ethics that we have to live by. Okay. Now, here we are. I'm going on a listing appointment. I've got a lot of stuff counting against me. I may not even be really well known. I might be doing real estate and doing really well and being a smart person and fit all the parameters of a top-tier real estate agent, and I'm using all the right products, but I haven't made it yet. I'm just starting. So I'm new. Or you're like Rossi here. I've been licensed since the year they invented rope. That was 1971. I mean, think about how long that is. Now I go into people to talk about selling their house, and you're going, do you have a computer? They think that I am not techno-minded. They think, oh, who's this old guy? Let's get it to some young kid who's got all the energy. You have so many cards stacked against you. You also have competition. Today's sellers, they don't talk to one agent. They'll interview as many as 50 online. They're looking at your pictures. They're looking at your track record. They're looking at your social media interaction. They're looking at your testimonials. Ooh, they're watching you. And then maybe they'll talk to a couple face-to-face. So I go in, and I am like every other real estate agent. I'm prepared. Well, every top-tier real estate agent, I'm prepared.
Yep.
And I know the first question they're going to ask me is, what is it, Todd? What is it, Jim? What's the first question?
I'm going to guess is, how much is your commission? I mean, there's only a handful of ones. What would you say, Jim?
How much money am I going to have in my pocket at the end?
There you go. What's my house going to sell for?
Yep.
How much money? They're going to talk money.
Mm-hmm.
That's the very first thing. And here's what I was taught, and everybody was taught, and that is to go in and give a price range, and you say it's going to sell between, let's say, $480,000 and $500,000. So what price do they pick?
The higher.
Higher. They always go higher.
480 to 500. I'll choose 550. Right?
Yeah, all good. So, you know, and so it drives you nuts. I don't give a price range. I give a price point, and I give the price point, which I call a right price analysis, the minute I walk in the door. Hi, good to meet you guys. First thing you're going to want to know is how much I'm going to sell your house for. I really don't know, but I believe the price point on your house is $500,000. Now, I want to talk about what you're going to do. Wait a minute. Hold it, Rossi. You dumped $500,000 on me, and then you went on to something else? Yeah. Get them while they're in shock. They're teetering. They're going, well, let's go back and say I said $490,000. And they're teetering. They're rocking back and forth. And then you say, now, let's talk about you getting a purchase agreement. Let's pretend that today you've got a purchase agreement in hand for the amount that we negotiated on. I don't even mention the price again. The amount that we negotiated on. What someone's going to buy, what someone's going to sell. And what are you going to do with the money? Now I've asked them a whole new question, haven't I? What's the question? I've asked them about the future.
So you're future pacing them a little bit here. Not a little bit, you are, right?
I jumped them in the future so hard it's unreal. Now, most people have already done that with themselves. Why are we going to sell, Mabel? We're selling because we need a bigger house. We're selling because we got too big a house. We're selling because we're moving. We're selling to be with the grandkids. They get a myriad of reasons. So they'll tell you that. Well, we're going to move with the grandkids in Anchorage, Alaska. Great. They've given you that. Now, what is their brain right now? Where is your brain right now? Just in the fact that we're
Anchorage, Alaska.
Anchorage, Alaska. Good job. But where's your soul? What's your gut telling you? He ain't getting me enough money. I need more money. So you go back to the present. Now, this is when I say, okay, whatever you sell your house for, I'm sure you understand it's going to be a negotiated price. Jim, when you buy something, do you go in and offer full price?
No. I'll take it for half price.
You know, you're in the norm. I don't pay full price. I don't know anybody that does. I mean, why would I go buy a 1,500-pound box of Cheerios at Sam's if I was going to pay full price? You know, you want some sort of a discount in some way, bulk, volume, whatever. Everybody wants to discount. So, Jim, when we sell your house, when we get that contract we're talking about, it's going to be a negotiated price. So let's say today that whatever that price is, it's happened, it's done, we have the contract in hand. All right, what are you going to do? You're going to go to Anchorage, Alaska, and be with the grandkids. That's great. Are you keeping all your furniture? Now start asking them questions about, will you be hiring a moving company? Or do you walk to work or carry your lunch? I mean, you ask them all these questions that get them thinking about the fact they've already sold it.
So you're helping them imagine. You're helping them imagine that, okay, with you, Rossi, my house is already sold, so now I can start thinking about the moving van and what furniture is staying, etc. Is that where we're going?
Yes, I've taken all the fear, all the stuff that's eating them alive right now away for a minute. It didn't take it forever. Now, you talk about how good. All right. Now let's look back at the process that got us here. Now I'm going to point to their left. Why?
That's the past.
That's their past.
Right.
Wait a minute, has it happened yet? But I've taken them to the future.
That concludes part 1 of our exclusive podcast interview with Rossi on how to pre-negotiate the sale with the seller. Be sure to tune in next week for part 2 of this exciting podcast. We'll talk with you then.